May 5th, 2009. A small tower defense game is released on PC, mobile, and multiple consoles. It uses the premise of plants defending your house from zombies trying to break in and steal your brains. It wins 2 major awards, the Golden Joystick Award for Downloadable Game of the Year and Strategy Game of the Year. Its simple yet challenging game design makes it easy to learn and plenty of fun to master. The simple premise and its puzzle-like design with sweet little nods to other popular puzzle games made the game fun to many as well. The charming art design, music, and humor was iconic, and it sold 300,000 copies in the first 9 days on the App Store alone, and throughout its time would sell tens of millions across multiple platforms. That game was of course known as Plants vs. Zombies. However, this video isn't about that game. It's about what comes next, and not the sequel, but the next fork in the road for the franchise. What comes after a puzzle game, you say? Why, a third-person shooter, of course, moron, what else? February 25th, 2014. The debut of PopCap's first entry into the shooter genre, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. I have a really close connection to this game. It's odd making a video on this series out of order, with my Garden Warfare 2 video over a year ago, but this game is super sentimental to me. My first shooter game, it dragged me in with its claws into the genre, and instantaneously I was addicted. To a game with sentient plants that fight zombies. There's also an accurate representation of a heroin addict. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, the game that is stupidly goofy, ridiculously fun, and distinctively unique in its art style. I think that this game deserves a lot more credit than it gets, and that's totally not because I'm stupidly biased due to growing up with it. The game is deceptively simple, with 8 classes and 2 main game modes, Garden Ops and Multiplayer. While other shooters feel super complicated with a massive slew of utilities and weapons, Garden Warfare felt really simple, with plenty of fun variations to shake things up. It's really odd going back to this game. It's a massive nostalgia trip, but it still clearly feels like what it is. A game that released on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. That doesn't reduce its worth at all. It's just odd to go back to a game after extensively playing and making a video on the clearly superior and updated sequel. So the concept of Garden Warfare is very simple. You can play as either plants or zombies, each with 4 unique classes on each side, as well as multiple variations of said classes, changing up their gameplay with certain themes, making minor changes to the main toolset. One of the most interesting details for this class shooter is that each side has completely different classes. Sure, some abilities are similar, like Cactus's Artichoke and Engineer's Drone, but no one class is alike, and it makes each character distinct and identifiable. You've got the classics, the Pea Shooter, Chomper, Cactus, and Sunflower. Yes, it walks, and yes, it's coming for you. And for the zombie side, there's the Foot Soldier, Engineer, and Scientist. Along with the base classes are plenty of variants that I wish were in Battle for Neighborville, but hey, that's alright, we got a battle pass. Not to name all of them, because even in the prequel, there's plenty enough that it'd take till quarantine ends to call them all out. But to call out a few of my favorites, I would say the Arctic Trooper, the Fire Pea, and Chester Chomper. There, I said it. Yeah, PopCap actually had a few brand deals, specifically with Aquafina Flavor Splash and Cheetos. The result? Berry Shooter, Citrus Cactus, Chester Chomper, and Dr. Chester. I cannot express my extreme urge to buy a bag of brand Cheetos with some brand Aquafina trademark Flavor Splash beverage. Each variant was tons of fun to play and each felt different and unique. I remember the excitement I got seeing the Zomboss Down DLC and seeing all the neat new variants, and it hurts on the inside that they're gone from Battle for Neighborville. It really does. So there's 2 main ways to play. Classic and traditional Garden Ops and Multiplayer. This game thrives on its inspiration from the original Plants vs. Zombies, and hence Garden Ops was formed. Yes, in this game you can only play as the plants, but you get to defend a garden against waves of zombies. It's plenty of fun with friends, and it sucks that I don't have any that play. Every 5 waves there's a boss, and you're forced to escape after round 10. You can place little plants in pots as well to help you out, and when you're the only poor soul, it's plenty helpful to plant sunflowers. And, of course, Multiplayer. Multiple game modes like Welcome Mat help welcome in newer players with the basic classes and no variations. Besides that, there's Team Vanquish, where the side to kill the most wins. Gnome Bomb, where you have to attempt to plant a gnome bomb on gravestones and defend it until it detonates, which is a desolate wasteland because no one plays it anymore. Suburbanation, which, call it Control, whatever, where you defend 3 points, basic shooter stuff. There's also a Capture the Flag mode called Taco Bandits, where zombies have to steal 3 tacos to win. And finally, my personal favorites, Gardens and Graveyards. One team defends an area, the other attacks and has to try to take it over. This lets you explore the map and see how big and well detailed it is. And wow, these maps are a joy to play on even today. They're simple but fun, there's so many great settings to fit the suburban aesthetic and theme, and there's details everywhere. It's impossible to catch PopCap lacking in the department. There was also Boss Mode, which translated the original gameplay of Plants vs. Zombies into a support type system, where you could airdrop support like healing and revives for your teammates. God damn, multiplayer was the greatest. I have so many memories playing with my friends when we were young. Seeing every character decked out in their cosmetics, all the different variations shaking the game up, the one person who constantly never muted themselves so you heard everything that was going on in their house. The endings where you could see yourself in the short cutscene based on how the match ended and who won. Even something as simple but as cute as the dumb little sounds the stun mines make. Walnut Hills has to be a classic map where the final objective is to defend the mansion as zombies try to invade. It's so fun with walnuts shot out of coconut cannons rolling down as the zombies try to crawl up. Or how about Main Street, where the plants are about to launch a nuclear cucumber into space and the zombies have to disable it. There's also spawnables, where expendable zombies and potted plants can be found, obtained from the sticker packs. And we all know you won't use that limited spawnable because it's too rare, and you might not get any more Christmas tree zombies until next year. Talking about spawnables, the sticker shop was a neat little way to keep you busy between matches. Here you can spend your coins with tons of different packs offering different things. Cheap packs give spawnables, and further up gave more and better customizations for your classes. Here was where you'd get variants, part by part. As much as this was just perfect for microtransactions, it never bothered me and was always fun to open. It was exciting once I got 40,000 coins to get a new variant at random, and it was definitely cool to be able to access between games rather than backing out of the match to access. There's so much charm in this game. You can see that there was a genuine passion to make it fun, funny, comical. The goofy customizations that can make your plant look completely different from someone else's. The taunts, the variations. It's full of creative puns, perky music, outstanding unique visual styles. The little ew as you quit games that basically scolded you for leaving. The little flower that would taunt me as I tried to connect when my internet was shit, but the whistle music in the background that made it bearable. It's odd making a video on the first game after the second, since the second is chock full of content and is a perfect step up from the first, but it was still a lot of fun to go back, see where the Plants vs. Zombies third-person shooter spin-offs began. Incredibly, I found servers full of players instantaneously, which I doubt some shooters even just 1-year-old can say the same for. I'm sure it's still very buggy, and it's clearly older gen. There's plenty of old exploits that are hilariously stupid, but it still has the core of what the developers intended it to be. It's just basic fun, even with the traditional 8 original classes, and randos that have usernames built like Xbox Live gamer tags. It holds up.